Okay, I'm gonna show you how I make my masa. Okay, it's kind of special. Oops, my table did something crazy. But anyways, I have my cooked grits, and basically, what I did with my cooked grits is I flavored them up. You want to season them while you're making them. Make sure you rinse your grits out. Rinse them out thoroughly, and then I use the broth where I cooked my meat. All my meats from. These are my meats that I have already prepped. This is my chicken and that's my beef. And then this is where I'm going to be using for inside of the tamales. And any kind of liquid will do. If you want to do a different kind of liquid for your tamales and kind of experiment, go for it. You know, you can add you can puree some butternut squash, and it goes really well with this. So, but basically I added a couple of the cubes instead of the salt because it's high in sodium. And then I added a little bit of this, which is what I'm going to use. But normally I'll use a stock. And if I don't have a stock, I'll make up a broth. Or I'll use the broth and flavor it up. But I like using a stock, but I don't have any stock because I ran out of stock. Anyways, and what I did was I added half of my already cooked grits. This is cooled down. It's got a little gelatinous. It's really good. I love grits. It gives it a nice little texture. Now the texture I want is the same texture. Well, I use this masa and it's for tortillas. The reason why I use this is because it's a softer masa, and then or you can get an organic one. There are some organic ones that you can order. And I put a little bit of baking powder, about a teaspoon each, a nice heaping teaspoon apiece, because I'm going to make this, I think this is like 4 quarts. And then I savored some of this, I took some of the picadillo juice, which is going to go into the masa. And then, since this is already flavored up with my mom used to call it cubitos, and this is already flavored up with the bouillon, my liquids or whatever, that's going to be good enough. And then I have my already heated, I usually, with chicken, I usually put in like oils, like avocado oil or an extra virgin olive oil in it. But this is going to be fat. This is going to be, and I usually render my fat, but I ran out of my rendered fat, so I went ahead and make sure when you buy your animal fat, your lard, that you get it without all the chemicals in it. If it has a lot of chemicals in it that you can't understand, run from it. Get you some really good lard. And like I said, I like rendering my own fat, but I ran out. So I'm going to make this really quick. I'm stirring it up with some that's already in there. And you can add a little bit more if you want. I'm going to add more to that. So it's not half and half, not quite half and half. There's more masa harina in there than there is, yeah. And you could also make champurrada with that. It's really, really good. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, be very careful while you're adding this. I'm going to add it with my good arm. I'm going to add some of this, and you want to add it before it clumps up. There you go. It's not going to clump. So see how it started to clump? And then I'm going to add some of my liquids. Then I'm going to add some of my fat. And that all is inclusive with the liquids. So you want to make it where it's soft. Not too much. I'll probably do half of that. And then go ahead, add the rest of that. Why not? I ran out of the liquids. You can add some water if you need to, but you stir this and stir this. Now my battery's going to go out, so I got to recharge it again. I don't know why it's not charging. I put it on there for a while. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, but basically you stir it, stir it, stir it, stir it until it gets very incorporated. All the liquids, all the oils are incorporated inside. And then you want to taste the masa. You don't want to eat too much of it. It'll give you a tummy ache. But, and if you really want to take it a step further, you can grind up some fresh corn and add it in there. Make sure it's already cooked, the corn. Or you can get a canned corn and add it in there. I'm telling you, it makes a good masa, and you may have a nice masa for you. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Let you know what it looks like afterwards.